Hello everyone, George Gill here from Gill Technologies with this week's tip of the week for telecom expense management. You know, every once in a while, not that I want to turn this into a social media tip, but every once in a while coming up with topics can be pretty challenging. And I like to go to the head of our client care team, Amy, and kind of prod her for different ideas of questions that clients are asking and challenges that they're having with managing their telecom expense management. And I got to tell you, this week in particular, she came up with a doozy. Often it's kind of like prodding at her to get some different ideas, but I think you're really going to like this one. And this week's topic is on toll-free numbers and when not to use toll-frees and the myths behind them as far as whether or not they're actually saving your company money. So I want to encourage you though to go to our site www.gill-technologies.com right on the screen here and register for our blog so that you can get these tips as soon as they're posted on a weekly basis, and we put a lot of other great information there as well. Okay, so there's this myth that calling toll-frees is free when you are roaming. And this is a myth. If you travel and you're in a roaming situation and you dial toll-free numbers, you are going to pay roaming charges plus the costs of the call, plus the long distance, all of those charges wrapped up under that. So don't make that first mistake. Don't go roaming and thinking that just dialing toll-free numbers is going to allow you to get around the carrier's costs for those roaming charges. Now, the second myth is that you're going to add a roaming plan and then call the toll-free numbers, and then you're going to be fine. Well, although this may eliminate some of the roaming charges, you're still being charged for the call. Okay, so, and if you're calling yourself, if you're calling your own business or you're calling your company, or maybe you have a toll-free set up on your home line or your kids' lines, they're paying for the toll-free cost as well as you're paying for the charge on your cell phone. So what's the workaround here? Well, there's no real workaround from the perspective of eliminating the cost, but there is a smart way to approach when traveling or when roaming, how to call back home or call back to home office or make calls to clients, and that is not to dial the roaming number, the toll-free number. So have a roaming plan and use the local numbers. Okay, you're in your roaming plan, you have the long distance covered, you're going to be billed for airtime anyways, so just dial the local number and that'll get you through. Now, that doesn't just apply to roaming. If you're traveling and it's going to be a long distance call, there's no sense in using your company's toll-free number. You're being billed for airtime and you're being billed for the toll-free. Now, that's assuming you have a long distance package or a roaming package on your phone at the time. All right, so that's this week's tip of the week for telecom expense management. Please join me again. I'm George Gill from Gill Technologies, and we look forward to being your telecom expense management solution.